Queensland's flood crisis is worsening, with major centres facing widespread inundation and a clean-up bill in the billions. The town of Theodore in central Queensland is still cut off. Only police officers have stayed behind to guard abandoned homes. In Emerald, the river's steadily rising and Rockhampton is bracing for a flood peak early next week. Meanwhile, Bundaberg's been ravaged by the worst floods to hit the town in more than half a century. 400 homes there were evacuated and entire farms wiped out. ABC reporter Donna has more.
Bundaberg is cut in two by the worst flood in 50 years. As the Burnett River peaked, it swallowed everything in its path. For many, the devastation was overwhelming.
We built it up over the last 9 months.
As we look across Queensland and we see the number of communities now that are affected, the scale of this disaster, I think it's fair to say that Queensland is facing one of its toughest hours. 400 homes had to be evacuated as the river burst its banks, consuming the sugar city. It rose so quickly it caught some by surprise. This couple had to be airlifted to safety. In parts of the CBD, roads were only fit for boats.
I think it's a one-way street that runs through here. Hopefully I'm pointing the right way.
Further north in central Queensland, houses have also been swamped and not everyone managed to get out in time. This man had to climb through his roof to safety. The town of Emerald is isolated and bracing for a flood peak which could inundate 80% of the town. The only way out is by chopper and many are leaving their homes for higher ground.
You know, there's so much water coming down, you wouldn't know. There's water running down the street right opposite it and behind it. So that's not a good omen, is it?
The city of Rockhampton further downstream is also preparing for the worst.
It's not good news for our community. We're expecting flood levels in excess of 9 metres before the end of this weekend.
Already 2,000 people are being housed in evacuation centres across a vast area of the state. Police are flying to the Western Downs town of Condamine, where residents are refusing orders to leave. And where the water is receding, it's slow going, causing concern about stagnant water. Water supplies have been contaminated by sewage in several places and food is running short.
We might have to look at some creative ways of doing that. We may have to look at moving product by sea, by plane.
Authorities say this is a crisis that won't be measured in days, but weeks. Donna, ABC News.